You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and now streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for The Game. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip about the game. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off, and the buzz continues.
It's AFTERBUZZ.
Oh, forget that we still know the show.
Again?
Hello, everybody out there. This is AFTERBUZZ TV. We are the Game edition, and we are back working on season 5 on episode 2. We got our panel back. We're a little bit light this week. Last week we was kind of heavy. This week we're a little light. We're missing a couple people.
We trimmed the fat.
We trimmed a little fat, and of course, sadly, we are missing one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Curtis, if you're done showing your condo to whoever you were showing it to, probably some random naked woman.
I was gonna say you forgot to say condo.
Condo. Feel free to call us because we would still love to have your input or just chat with you because we missed you. It's been a whole
Maybe
week.
he said condom.
I don't know. He emailed
I would
me
agree.
and said condo.
He's like, I'm showing someone my
He's showing his
condom.
extra large condom.
Condom something. Nonetheless, we still have our regulars back this week. We got Kenny Harrison sitting across from me, and the lovely Isabel Mora joining us again. And they're sitting next to each other, so they're like polka dots. It's like black, white.
Wow. Okay.
She said no black, but we
That was
still
on
I know, right?
We are. And it's
Whatever.
funny because I almost wore black again this week, and I was like, no, I need a pop of color. I'm doing electric orange and blue nails that are peeling off, so I won't show them off too much. And in the
Are
booth,
those the same nails from last week?
no, boo, I had
She
yellow.
had yellow.
Okay.
You are confused. I do a weekly manicure, even if I have to do
I'm
it
sorry.
myself. And I did do it myself. But
From the
these,
Lee Press-On collection.
no, these are the Sally Hansen gel nails that actually work very well. They last for like a week. And in the booth, because you don't care about my nails at all, is Phil Svitek joining us, and he might chime in occasionally, just so you guys know that's the voice
Of course,
that you're
no
hearing,
problem. I'm always.
because
I love you guys.
he has random commentary occasionally for us brown folks up in her. All right, so we had a good week.
Yes.
We came here on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're always hoping for something good to
Yeah.
come out of our Tuesday night viewings.
Yeah.
And I personally would like to say off the top that I kind of feel like maybe almost the best that I felt since the show went away back
That's season
4
3.
years ago.
Yeah.
So I will say that kudos to the show. I think I'm scared to say anything because I'm scared that it's gonna jinx it, and then the rest of it's gonna I'm gonna be like, eh. But I really felt like I felt some good sprinklings of energy from the show that I remember and love.
I agree. I feel I'm totally with you. I feel like the last 2 episodes, which was combined as one, they had to wrap up season 1 or season 4, shall I say? And the only way they can do that is with the ridiculous the way it was set up from last season. And I think this episode totally went back to the right track. I think the writing got funnier. It was more lighthearted. It wasn't, there was that, banter between Melanie and Tasha that we were used to. And I really enjoyed this episode. I really did. I thought it was funny.
I agree.
Yeah. So rock on. Keep it up.
I think I enjoyed it a little too much. I thought it was so short. I was like, we're done.
Yeah.
I was so into it, and I was trying to remember if the last few episodes were an hour long.
I can't remember either.
That's why I was like,
No, I think
maybe
they were
that's
They were
half
all
hour.
half hours,
They were all
right?
So
half
they
hour.
were.
Yeah.
And
I just felt like I was missing that.
yeah, and technically last week there were 2 episodes. They just made it 1 hour.
Whatever.
I miss Jason from this week though.
I did. I don't like when they completely leave a character
Character
out.
off.
That always bugs. I can't speak. It always bugs me. But I still
What's in your
appreciate where
glass,
they're
Courtney?
going. I'm drinking ice.
That's a good one.
It's very good.
What about you, Chi-Chi?
With low-calorie cranberry juice. What was it, like 50 calories?
Yeah, 50 calories.
But it's like full of garbage
Shut
sugar.
up.
I'm just saying.
It's all
I'm
of
just
2
saying.
teaspoons, okay? Jeez.
Let me
Okay.
smell it. Let me
Breast
Anyway,
milk, breast
so
milk.
moving on, even though we're calling, I mean, it's episode technically 3, but I hate when they do that because it's technically episode 2 and it gets me confused if I say 3. I know I'm on my second week, so it's episode 2 for AfterBuzz,
Okay.
and it's Mo Money, Mo Problem, No Money, Mo
No
Problem.
problems.
Sorry, I'm quoting Biggie. Mo Money, Mo Problem.
Oh,
y'all.
no. Oh, rest in peace, Biggie.
I know, I miss you. I
1995.
love you. That was a long time ago.
Really? I was a sophomore in high school when
We
that
were
happened.
kids.
Yeah.
Oh, and I
and
was
little
so
Chi-Chi was just a
sad.
little.
No.
Little Chi-Chi just found her boobs.
Oh,
and she had, like, go out. She's like, oh, I can do this.
They were M&Ms and now they're mounds.
They're little now. They're little.
Compared to last season, Chi-Chi.
What this has to do with No Money, Mo Problems, I have no
No
idea.
idea.
But anywho, we're talking about the game and let's get into it. So we had the episode this week and we followed 2 characters this week. We started out with Malik.
Yeah.
And of course, apparently the episode is named for
Malik.
Malik.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you can kind of apply it to.
Kind of
Melanie.
I guess it
Yeah,
could apply
yeah.
in other places. But for those of you that didn't catch the episode, a quick wrap up of that was basically Negro done ran out of money. Dog.
He is broke.
He has done what so many do that come into the cash, paid more attention to the cars and the ice than the investments. And he is up a creek. But he ain't really up a creek. He up a creek in his world.
Right.
Because 25 grand a month is not a bad living.
Right.
Well, you have to make
Adjustments.
Well, you live within your means. I mean, if you want to have that lifestyle, you have to have enough money to support that
And
lifestyle.
I wonder how much is his mortgage because he said the house was
$40 million.
But that's how much he made. Well,
Yeah, that didn't make any
something-
sense at all. I
yeah.
was
Right.
like, why would you build a $40 million
So
house?
how much do you think of the $25,000 a month does he have to cover up for
His mortgage? Good question. I was thinking sort of
Let's ask the
25,000
writers.
was like your money to spend because the bills
aside from the
Right.
bills?
are like handled or whatever. I don't know, but cute little appearance. Which, by the way, before we jump into the appearance of this week, we did not mention the appearance last week, and I just have to like,
Yes.
because I love her, and I just forgot her name.
Wait,
I thought it was just
The mom
Brandy.
from American Pie.
Oh, right.
Jennifer
Oh,
Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge. That's right.
We didn't
so
even
much.
talk about her last
I
week, and when I got
know.
home, I was like, "Oh my God, how do we completely
Forget- yeah.
over that?" I apologize if you're out there somewhere, Jennifer Coolidge. I heart you like in all kinds of crazy ways.
She was actually really funny.
I love her. I was so glad. That was like the coolest thing
So
that
funny.
they've done for
Right.
me
Right.
since they came back to television.
Right, that's
Because
true.
they keep throwing all these appearances in of people I don't care about. Like when they had Sheree Whitfield last year from Housewives, I was like, come on. Exactly.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Jennifer Coolidge. We appreciated you. Anyway,
And this week.
this week we had
Oh, sorry.
Steve, whose real name I didn't have a chance to look up because
I'll look
I don't
it up
even
as
know.
we're talking.
His name,
Just
we love you, Steve.
Steve.
Oh my God.
Please say
Steve.
where Steve was from.
Steve from Sex and the
There
City,
you go.
Miranda's love for years, who we adored,
Yes.
even though he cheated on her, but he showed his butt on camera on
He
Sex
was
and the
supposed to
City,
cheat on
and
her,
it was
so it's okay.
amazing.
Yes.
And he plays a gay character in the show.
I love it.
I had to throw that one in.
And he's the accountant for Malik,
Malik
and
in
he
his
showed
case.
up and basically told Malik, "Boo, you ain't got no money." And he and TT are buddies because TT is investing and like using his financial advice, which is so cute. And Steve's on
I
Black
know.
TV.
He's still there.
I love it. I wonder who came up with it. I bet they were like, ooh.
Who's the
Steve.
cheapest? David Eigenberg.
You can't speak English?
Eigenberg.
Yeah,
Eigenberg.
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 Einberg.
It's what?
Eigenberg.
Oh, it is Eigenberg. All right. Steve, we love you. Thank
David.
you for joining. I think his name is Josh, isn't it?
No,
His name is Doug. Is on the show.
Oh, it's Doug. Where did I
Yeah.
get Josh from?
I have no
Anyway,
idea.
Doug, welcome to the game. We appreciate you. I thought that was very cute.
Yeah.
And he was a good little interaction for Malik.
Yeah.
I like that Malik was giving up his cars and kind of showing a little funny too, because
Yeah.
he's been serious and his drunken girlfriend.
Well, I think that's the great thing is that they're getting back to the funny.
I do, but I have a question.
What?
So, what happened to Homegirl?
She's in rehab.
Right, they sent her back
They
to rehab
sent her
last
back to rehab.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's where Amy was.
That's where we're going next.
Rest in peace, Amy. So,
Oh, who's Amy?
Amy Winehouse. She went to rehab. Get it? Rehab. Amy Winehouse. Rest in peace. Where are you?
I'm sorry you can't.
It's just too much. I know exactly.
Because she's not there anymore. And it's so upsetting.
It is upsetting.
It's so angering.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I get very upset with talented people that do things that I wish I could do.
I'll leave.
Wait,
Throw it
so
away.
did they say
That's
he
true.
owes the IRS $80 million?
Ooh,
I
girl, you got a
didn't-
stat that I didn't hear.
wrote down
I didn't get that.
80
Well, I
million.
wasn't really.
Oh, it was
tipsy, but
IRS.
yeah.
So
I'm
if
sorry, I
that's
get
true,
very upset with talented. I'm talking back to
I
myself
know,
in
what
my ear. It's kind of
happened?
cool. I like to hear the sound of my voice.
I thought I had
Anyway,
a quantum leap moment.
If he
or
owes
something.
$80 million to the IRS, he is beyond broke.
Yeah,
That's
talk about
not even,
up the creek.
I'm not. That's what I wrote.
He's like in the
So
middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Unless he said you made $80 million throughout, but I could have sworn he said
I'm
you
pretty sure
owe.
he said $80 million, and then you owe the IRS half
Half
of
of
that.
that,
So that's
yeah.
only $40 million, and that's when
And
he
then
said the
that's
$40 million house.
house.
Girl, we ain't talking about pesos. I'm playing. I can joke with her like that because I know her, but
I
I'm
was
not
just
Right,
like,
don't bring-
wow.
Just like wait, who said it?
Who said
Melanie,
what?
when she said just because I'm black, I can call Tasha a monkey.
A monkey.
Yeah, exactly. But that was a joke, and it's back. So whether it was really funny or not, it was a joke. Thank God. I'm
It was
just
a
glad
joke.
it's light.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's light.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, so Malik goes to the club, and he is kind of. I felt bad because he kind of is sort of locked. It's kind of hard to be like, nah, I can't, because people assume it. And
Right.
when it's in those crowds, like, how do you really say,
Right.
Right.
stop, you guys, I can't pay for this? Like,
Right.
how do you do that?
You don't go
But he was going for
for
TT.
TT. Yeah, but you take him someplace else. But I know
Well,
he
that's
didn't
what
want to
TT
show.
expected.
Well, yeah, and I know he didn't want to show TT that he was broke, but still.
And not
you know?
just that, but like TT was expecting to go to the club.
Here's an idea. This is where Jason could have came into this episode.
Yeah,
He could have called
they
Jason up and be like,
should've.
Jason,
How do I do it cheap?
Yeah.
And then we would have had coupons back from
Exactly.
Jason. That would have been
Exactly.
amazing.
How
Why didn't
funny
they add
would have
that?
that
We should
been?
so write the show.
I know.
Okay.
I have a question though. I
Yes.
wonder because never mind. We'll get to that later. Never mind.
We'll get to that later.
Because it's a Derwin issue that I
Okay,
have.
well, we'll come
that's
back.
a writing issue. I'll make sure I try
All
to
right,
remember.
we'll get back there. So we're gonna wrap
Uh-huh.
up with Malik, the very sad moment at the end where Mama Tasha had to come and pay his club bill. Wait, hold up. Before we talk about that, I'm sorry. This show films in Atlanta. I am from Atlanta. I have been
Here
to
we
the
go
clubs in
again.
Atlanta. I'm just gonna say this again to whoever is running this part of the show. If Atlanta has nothing else for you in terms of your set, they got club.
Yeah.
Like
that's
Atlanta
true.
is club city.
Yeah.
That was the wackest club scene again and then when he walked, when
Same.
TT walked up with the girl that's supposed to look like Megan Good and the other girl, not one of them damn girls looked up towards Malik. They
Yes.
were looking at the floor.
Yeah.
Who are these extras? Do something about it, please.
Well, you gotta understand they're in Atlanta. They're
I
shooting in
don't
Atlanta.
care. There's enough going on in
me.
Atlanta right now
Courtney
and
came out
people
of
trying to
Atlanta.
be stars. But
Like
like
I said,
everybody,
point in-
yo,
case in point.
well, everybody cannot be this.
Case in point. She's
It's too much.
You ever heard
I
of
took
an
it all.
exception to the rule? There you go.
I took it all. But anyway.
No, I agree with you.
But they still got, I mean, even if they don't have like actor, they got club chicks. They can be like real
But do
club
you
chicks.
think that they can't afford the money that the clubs are asking for the show?
it's
but you know what?
Atlanta.
You know what? But you know what? They're thinking, oh, this is BET. This is going to be on. We're going to try to take them to the bank. You don't think that maybe
they
that
had
has something
the
to do with it?
Same glimmery plan.
They shot
Like,
it
was
on.
the
They
same
shot it in
scene.
the garage of some of probably the house.
I mean,
that
they
they're shooting.
made a club, obviously. That
Yes.
wasn't a
Yeah.
club set.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
which is fine. Like you can make it, but all the more reason why it shouldn't have been whack. Like if you
Right.
made it yourself, like you
And it's
had control
empty.
over it.
Exactly.
It's empty. There's no inner. It made me remember. The reason it's frustrating to me because I don't know if you guys remember back in previous seasons. I think it was maybe season 2. It might have been season 3 when Malik was trying to date the chubby girl who was the
Yes.
reporter.
Uh-huh.
And there's a club scene. They were all at the club. Even the freaking club scene where Derwin comes out and like gets found out that he cheated on Melanie.
Right,
Right.
that's
It
happening.
was like real
That's all
energy.
happening.
Like
Right.
there was
Big.
actual club energy. There was no club. There was zero club
Right,
energy
no, I
in
got
this
you.
place. And I just don't understand. Mara, we're still coming for you. We want to know why. FYI.
I would just say budget.
I can't believe it's budget. It's a club scene. People
Call
would do
us.
that for
Free,
free.
I
I'd
know.
do it for free if I were in the city. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
That's true.
I wouldn't dance like that though.
But you gotta also think, you get a bunch of people. She can't dance at all. But you have a bunch of people. You have to feed them and you have to provide for them. That's more money.
Kenny.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do.
No.
You
Yeah, you
have
do.
to feed them.
Not
Yeah, you do.
all of them, though. There are some that as long as you... I've seen the Craigslist ad. As long as you say...
Chi-Chi would know.
I've done background work, so I know.
So have I.
But hell, Ghost Whisperer said you ain't got no SAG card. You can't eat off that
Exactly.
table.
That's what I was going to
So
say. Remember,
you-
Courtney?
If
Fresh
they
out.
only have you for
You're
a few
like,
hours, they
I
don't
forgot
have to
bring
feed
my
you.
snack bar.
Okay, well.
So I don't know. Like there just has to be put your freaking PAs in. I don't know, but like there needs to be that energy does not exist when they do these
Right.
club scenes at all, and it's very disappointing. And it takes me out of
The scene. Yeah.
So anyway,
I know the water on the ground randomly takes me out of the scene when they were in the driveway. It's like in the day, and this is like film school 101. You wet the ground if you're outside. I get that, but it just was like there's no rain, the sun is out, and the ground is wet.
yeah,
It's just distracting.
yeah.
It's just distracting.
But maybe we're just too
Critical.
critical.
That's
I didn't
fine.
even notice that.
What's the first thing I
I'm trying to go
noticed?
back.
She's like, really? The ground was wet.
When?
Yeah, well, when he was talking about all the cars. He was Steve was telling
No.
yeah,
That-
it's just like
I mean,
the whole driveway was
For
like
you,
puddles.
like
and just
I noticed that too, but I think for that's very picky. But the
It's
club
distracting.
scene, the club.
Yeah,
scene
the
was
club-
bad.
yeah,
I mean
it's-
that in like is indicative
that-
of the whole. Like it's supposed to be a certain energy. He's supposed to be flop baller, like doing all
Right.
this, and even when the freaking bar that Jason went into the last week, and that
With
girl that
Brandy.
was supposed to be sitting there like loving up, like like.
She's all
Maybe
awkward.
there aren't many
all
actors
awkward.
in.
I don't. I know
Atlanta.
there are actors in Atlanta. I have a great friend who is a part of the actor community in Atlanta, and they exist. Okay, Tyler Perry ain't making all these movies for nothing, and we can hate him as much as we want to or dislike them. I don't hate
love
them.
him.
I respect what he does. I don't necessarily.
I don't
always
respect
love
him.
them.
What up, Kenny?
But that's another discussion.
Yeah, another discussion.
Regardless, I just think they need to up their game big time in that department right now, and
Well, that
maybe
would
that's
be-
not important.
I guess that would be
but
casting.
keep going.
Yeah, because
y'all
I
need
just
me to
feel
cast.
like-
I'll
yeah.
do it. Write me a check. I'll do it. I'll
And see,
come
this is the
home.
thing. They have to. They
I'll
probably got
come
somebody for
home.
free to go on Craigslist to
I'll
post.
live with my mama.
Because
No.
I feel like whenever you see those ads, I always think, oh, you have to be hot to go
No,
and
no.
try
Yeah,
out, right?
well,
but then after last week, we see
no.
that girl sitting there. I'm like, I could have been there.
But
I
you know
could've
what?
sat there. I could've-
We live in Los Angeles. The problem is an actor is a dime a dozen
That's true.
in LA. In Atlanta, you're pulling people off the street that may or may not have had
That's true.
acting
And those are
experience.
people too that are like, you ain't paying me.
Exactly.
Because they're not trying to necessarily like.
They just want to be on TV.
Yeah, they're like,
'Cause-
oh, I get to be on TV, but then after like an hour, they like, okay, I'm done. Can
Yeah,
we go now?
exactly.
Like, yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Oh well. Anywho, so Malik had to have his mama come up in the club and pay his bill, and she threw a pretty harsh line at him.
Oh, about why do you have
Don't be
the stereotypes?
stereotypes.
Can you be like not one of the stereotypes at all?
Well, that's kind of harsh.
It was pretty harsh because he seemed pretty down already. It was kind of like kicking the.
Well, I mean, I'm 32 years old, and I wouldn't want to have to call my mom to come and bail me out
Yeah,
of
exactly.
anything,
So I feel like without her even saying that, he was
Right.
already low enough. So
Yeah.
it was pretty harsh.
And I do like the fact that everyone was gone and
Yeah,
he was left.
he was still sitting there,
Yeah,
like trying
yeah.
to. I would have liked if the waiter was standing there, like,
With the-
is she almost here yet?
Yeah, I know.
Is she here? Because I'm trying to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that would have been great. Dang, that should be
Exactly.
a writer. Anyway,
Oh, what about the basketball player from the Dallas Maverick? He made a.
is that who that is?
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, ew, what did you do to your hair?
Yeah, it's the off
Oh, I
season.
was trying to bring.
I
like,
wish
Lamar
Odom was there.
back.
That would.
That's what I'm saying.
Lamar.
It was over
Lamar and
Lamar
Chloe could have come
Odom.
in because those are all the
Yes.
people I still love from the
Lamar's
Kardashians.
probably at the bathhouse.
Yes.
He's a homo. Moving on.
He's a what?
Kenny,
Moving on.
and we have to drink some. We
Wow.
have to drink some to get nasty. Kenny's just.
I'm just
naturally
naturally.
nasty.
Well, I speak the truth.
Okay, boo boo, whatever. Moving on.
I was gonna say, don't have me take over this show. Like, okay, never mind.
Oh, we ain't going there. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, next. So,
So we're not gonna address. Okay, never
in
mind.
addition to Stop it. In addition to
nothing but
Malik this episode, we also had a nice little interaction for Derwin. Okay, looky here.
She's gonna spit out whatever
I'm
she's
going to have to
thinking
go in there in a minute because I'm trying to hold it and you're making it difficult.
Okay, go.
Okay, so
We're here.
we got Derwin.
We're bringing it back here.
We got Derwin, okay? He knighted Melanie, CEO of Derwin Davis Enterprises, last year. And then she and Tasha went,
Which I don't remember, but
I vaguely remember, but we're going to get to that in a minute, though.
Okay.
And so they went, and Tasha got thrown off the boat.
Okay.
So then Melanie's here. And obviously her life revolves around Derwin because she ain't got nothing else going on.
Right.
And Derwin decides, okay, I'm going to go back to Irv and I ain't going to tell you. And so we start off this week with Derwin like, hey, boo, I'm back with Irv and I got this new deal. Life is great. But I thought I was running your business. Why didn't I know about this?
But I have a question.
Yeah.
If Tasha really got fired, then how come last episode we spent this whole hour with her deciding if she was gonna stay with Derwin or drop him and stay with her son?
Well, I think she made up her mind.
Yeah, I think
So
she
did she get dropped by them?
I think they
or did
gave
she
her an
quit?
ultimatum.
Right, and
like
they say
it's us or
choose.
them, and the fact that she stuck with
now I remember
Malik.
because
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
Malik was
Yeah.
causing
Yeah.
it was bad for
Yeah.
Derwin to be mixed together.
Right.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, we're back.
Yeah.
There we go. We had to obviously bring our host up.
Yeah, because I kind of forgot about all that.
It happened.
It's just
Well,
so
I mean, last season it was a long time, which is not normal because we went an entire year
Right.
without
Yes.
seeing it.
Right.
In addition, it was kind of forgettable.
But most shows to keep your attention to remind you, they do a recap
Well, they-
before an episode
yes.
starts.
Well, okay,
Revenge
Kenny,
does it
was the
every-
like super marathon on BET for the whole month leading into the premiere not good enough for you?
I'm sorry. What?
we tried to
BET?
cut on bills.
I
so-
know, right? We don't have
I got
cable.
cable. That's why I do AfterBuzz.
AfterBuzz
that's
is
why I
my
do
cable.
In defense of the show, I mean, sitcoms usually don't do it. You know what I mean?
That's not true. That's
no,
not true.
no, unless it's like a two-part episode.
Revenge does
He's
it
right.
every
Revenge is
season.
not a
Revenge is
sitcom.
drama.
No,
Revenge is a 1 hour
Okay,
drama.
so there's a difference in Modern
Two
Family
and a Half Men
sitcom.
doesn't do it.
Well, there's a difference in Modern Family, but because people watch it and people remember it.
Ooh,
you know what I
trying to say
mean?
people don't watch the game?
No, I mean apparently they do because 7 million
We're gonna
people
talk
watch
about that.
it. Okay.
Go on.
Wait. Oh, hold on. You can't say 2.5 Men or Big Bang Theory, Two Broke Girls, or any of those shows have a recap.
They
But
don't have
no,
a-
but
come
the
on.
thing is that they don't. I don't. Okay, I don't watch any of those shows. Do they
How
go?
you don't watch Two Broke Girls? The best show ever.
Okay, I saw the pilot, which was
Never
funny,
seen it.
but
It's gotten better.
I
love it.
can't. There's
I'm
just
just
too much
kidding.
TV.
There's
I can't
a lot
watch
of
it. Yeah.
TV.
So
We're just
well, here,
messing with
real
you.
quick, I just want to address this. Are
That you're
those
wrong,
do those shows the stories go episode to episode, or is it like
Yeah,
they
I
jump
mean,
around?
if you watch
Broke Girls does.
if you watch Big Bang Theory, there's definitely a progression. I mean, sitcoms obviously like it's not like a drama, but at the end of the day, they do have story arcs and things like
In
that.
Kenny's defense, the game tried to pull like a castle. Like they were trying to be a dramedy.
Right.
So it kind of was needed.
You need
to
some
share the
information.
recap.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Because they veered away. Like they didn't give us recaps back in the day when they did their first
Right.
3 seasons because we didn't need it because it wasn't that kind of show.
Yeah, it
but
was- yeah.
They got a little squirrely last year. We already admit that. We already accept that. We already voiced that. So yeah, it would have been nice, but we didn't have it.
Okay.
Moving on. So anyway, we're talking about Derwin and
Yes.
Melanie being CEO. He faked her out and basically told Irv to humor her, which we obviously kind of knew when he's talking about, give me some water, give me some lemon, give me a snack, blah, blah, blah. I was kind of sad when the tall, pretty white girl walked in as his assistant and it wasn't Kelly Pitts because that would have been amazing.
You show Kelly Pitts the money, and she'll
That's what I'm saying. It would have been nice. Like she could have been the person, and that would have given banter with Melanie. Like that would have been great. We miss you, Kelly Pitts. But anyway, so the random chick who has no point, and Irv is back. I liked Irv. I'm glad he
Yes.
came back.
Yeah,
I haven't
that was
seen him in a
good.
while. It was nice to
Yeah.
bring him back. He gives the snappy energy, which I appreciate. So
And
basically,
he comes off as a comedic timing actor.
Yes.
You know, and he brings that energy and he brings that,
Yeah.
which was funny. And I think that was the first part I laughed at.
yeah.
Was when he was on.
I liked it.
on air.
I liked it. And of course, Tasha calls him up while he's at the house with Melanie, like, boo boo, give me my money.
Yeah.
They have a great relationship, and I'm so sorry that I can only think about Tasha singing that Rihanna song
Yes, when
Rick Fox
Rick Fox.
screwed, where she
I was
thought
thinking
Rick
Chris
Fox
Brown.
screwed her over,
Mm-hmm.
and Herb was like, he was like, I didn't know Tasha could sing. They all do. Sorry, it was great. It was so great. Which is why I'm so cursed because I don't, and they always expect me to. Anyway, so
You should. I don't see why not.
yo, I could carry a tune, but I should carry that tune in a choir, not as a solo
Oh,
artist.
okay. I'm sorry.
I know
You can't
music,
either.
but
Oh, I got a beautiful voice.
yeah, let's go. Happy birthday.
No,
to you.
every day.
Every day.
he's
She sits next to me at
singing.
work every
and
day.
I say, "Who sings
He'd be
this
singing
song?"
about
And he'd
Jesus.
be like, "J-Lo, keep it that way. Boo. Keep it that way."
Turning off her mic.
Well, if J-Lo sounds better than you, Kenny, we got a problem.
and that's whatever.
We have a problem.
Whatever.
Because I know I can sound better than J-Lo.
I know. You should catch me in the car. It'd be voice number 2.
I just don't
Me
know.
and J-Lo.
Me and Brittany was going to town on my way here. Anyway, this has nothing to do with
The
anything.
host has wandered off the subject. Please return at once.
Oh, we haven't wandered off subject. We're talking about black people singing.
Exactly.
Tasha was singing. It makes sense. Anyway, so Irv talks to Tasha. Tasha's like, "Boo, give me my money," because she started this deal. They get to the boardroom basically with, I assume that's supposed to be the judge,
Lawyers
like
or-
litigator
Litigator,
person,
yeah.
like, okay, do you have a case, blah, blah, blah. Melanie, okay, this is what I did not like about this episode.
Her dress.
Yeah, I ain't like that outfit. Because I was appreciating throughout that they're trying to dress her comfortably, like to look, and I'm sure she has an input in that because she was obviously very concerned about getting
Right,
back in shape
right.
for the
Right.
show,
No,
which
yes,
I would be
yes.
mortified.
Now, trust me,
Yes.
I think she looks great.
I think she looks amazing.
Yeah, but some
it's
things
obvious that she just
are-
had a baby though.
Yeah, but it's kind of unflattering when they put her in a big sky blue dress.
Yeah, they shouldn't have put that light
That's
colored
fitted.
dress. And I mean, she
Or
could have
the
worn
light-
a suit.
She looked
the
great
light
with the
gray.
white when she had on the
light
white.
gray.
That
and-
white was good.
Yeah, the black was
The
great.
black suits are cute. Like,
Yeah.
like they could have kept that. But whatever. Maybe budget wasn't all there. For a nice another suit, maybe they could only afford a dress and a blazer. So anyway, she comes in the
It's called
boardroom.
Salvation Army girl.
It was annoying
Yes.
to me because
Spanx.
she obviously she wore Spanx even in the bed.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, we did see
That's
that. The whole
awesome.
body.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am
yes.
mad at you, girl, because
Good
I'd be
job,
like,
girl.
y'all got to put that
Yeah.
on me. But so it was annoying though because she comes into the boardroom like, oh, I'm gonna offer you this amount of money, but it's obvious that she already knew that Tasha did the deal. So I kind of didn't like that.
Right.
I kind of would have liked her to be like, I don't even know what I kind of would have liked her to be like, but that was stupid to me.
Yeah.
Because she's,
Well,
and for all the
maybe-
silly that Melanie is, she's not stupid.
Yeah.
That was just
Right.
stupid.
So maybe
Yeah.
just let her try and then Irv actually help her out.
Yeah.
But no, it
I
was
think-
just like,
I
you're
think-
done.
What was the point of that?
I think the scene was motivated just for Tasha to be funny.
that
I
was-
think because I mean,
Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Exactly.
Because she wouldn't have forgotten that she texted her and said, "Hey, thanks so much." For Like
Exactly.
that wouldn't have happened. So
Exactly.
that was weird. And there was no way. And they didn't write anything to give Melanie some kind of steez.
upper
Like,
hand,
right.
yes.
this is why I'm doing this. Like
Right.
there was nothing in there for that. So
It
that
wasn't
was kind of
motivated.
annoying.
Yeah.
But I would have liked it to have been more motivated because that would have made Tasha funnier to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Work on that, peeps. There's the
You're
point.
you're almost there. I mean, the writing is
it's
almost
getting there. I know. And I love Tasha was back.
Yeah. And I love their banter because we didn't see them in the same scene at all last episode. So
Right.
It was
That's
nice.
true.
It was
Yeah.
nice. The only thing I would love to get you guys' perspective on is anybody else kind of sad that the women are the ones at odds? Like really at odds?
no, because the guys were at odds at one point too. So
Jason and
But this is like
Derwin-
ongoing. It's like the
Jason
ladies
and
were the ones that
Malik.
did this, but they were still this.
well, that's being true to
But I miss it.
no, but that's how women are in real life. So it's life imitates art, right?
well, color women.
Funny that you brought that up. Ooh.
Oh.
Just saying.
Does that include brown color?
Yes, yes. When I say color women, like
I think
I
white
can
girls go
count
to bat
my
too.
friends that are.
They do it in a different way, in my opinion. I think they do it in a different way.
do you mean?
It's what do I mean? It's kind of
Tell us, Phil.
Phil. Yeah,
We're laughing in
Yeah,
the
he's
cackling
laughing.
in the booth.
I laughed. You guys couldn't hear it on air, but I laughed because I don't know where Kenny's gonna go with this, and I want
And
to see him where he
this is
goes.
why-
And just the thought of let me think about this. It's just a recipe for disaster.
I want to pick and choose my words carefully because I don't want to.
I know you do. That's the point.
He is a black gay man speaking for white women.
which
aside
are
from
one and
Court-
the same. I think
Yes.
because gay black men are catty and they will smile in your face and talk behind your back, and I'll just
Oh,
leave
he
it like
said
that.
He said it all.
No, but I'm not necessarily
off.
saying white women do that because black women do it.
Well,
Chi-Chis do that. I mean, everyone does it.
I don't do it.
I just don't be. friend
Everyone
my
does
own.
it.
Everyone does it.
I think so.
Is that all you got for us? You had us going.
But women
somewhere
are known
that's
to be catty. I mean, if you ever watched the episode of Top Model, all the girls they're cliquish and then they talk shit behind their backs
They're
and
all
then.
on like anxiety medicine, depression medicine.
Melanie probably is on
rare when
depression.
there's
They're on
one.
all
She can have a
drugs?
baby. She had an
I don't know where
abortion.
we're going with this, but
I have
we
no
just said
idea.
all America's
And
Next
I'm
Top
looking at-
Models do drugs.
And I'm looking at this picture and it's sad because Kelly and Jason.
Yeah, we got to
are
get the
there.
new picture of Phil because Kelly's gone.
And Jason wasn't in.
Courtney, I'll put you on assignment for sending me the new pics.
I'll send you a new picture, Phil. Jeez.
Okay, I tried.
Anyway.
Send them our picture.
Okay, so
See, I changed the subject.
yeah, I love how you change the subject. So actually, it's funny how we're talking about this and suddenly like Derwin and Melanie are so not interesting to me. But
Yes.
basically, so they get in a fight
fake.
again. You got something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say it earlier. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't like the fact that he was on. Last episode he was like, "Oh, I want you to tell me the truth. Blah blah blah. Be up front. No more secrets, okay?" What did we get this week?
Maybe the writers forgot about that.
No, but I like that.
No,
It's conflict, and that's the point.
Well, and I get that, but my thing is, do the writers not have like staff meeting? Like, if you're gonna address something, like address it and make it like, or don't address it in the first episode and like establish that you're going to be truthful, like the characters are going to be truthful and blah blah blah, and then the very next episode, oh well, why didn't you tell me?
It's kind of like they
truth.
start something lately and they don't finish
And
it.
I know it's a sitcom, but still.
Well, I kind of feel like, for my own personal pleasure, that perhaps this is just the way to continue to show that Melanie and Derwin are not a match, and there only makes room for Janae to come between them, which is the
possible.
drama that we want.
And he did name her again.
And he named her, which, by the way, when he brought her up, I was like, why are you bringing her up at all? Where did that come from,
Yeah,
boo?
intimate moment.
So, I mean, you playing around
But you
on the
know what?
bed and talking about your wife, and then you mention
Who
your baby,
runs
the
your-
legacy of your family, and you bring
Right.
up your baby mama? No.
There's something still there.
But I like it. But that's why I like it. That's why I was okay with it. But I agree. I was like, how he gonna talk about last week, like jumping on her back
Right.
about being honest and all this, and then this week is this. But anywho, they continue to bring the hot messery of the show for the most part, which is, I guess, what we continue to.
I get bored with him though.
I mean, I'm kind of bored talking about it right now. But luckily, the clock is running down. I'm trying to look at my notes to see if there was anything. That
Doggy
was
style. I
like,
like her positions.
but see, and that was funny, and I liked it. It was so good. She put in the pillow, girl. We all been there. Like, oh, is this all I'm worth? I'm sorry, you want it like this? That was great. I love it. She should have been more exaggerated. That's my
Oh, and I
acting
like
note
his
for
line
you.
when he said about her slightly used vagina.
Slightly used vagina was
slightly.
good. Slightly
It's
used vagina.
getting there. The funny is
It's
getting
coming.
there. It's
We're-
coming along.
we're getting those-
You're on the precipice. You're getting there.
Inklings.
When I can sit in the screening room and chuckle or laugh,
Right.
it's getting there.
It's getting
you
there.
know.
It's like, for me, it was like Sarah Michelle Gellar's dress at the Golden Globes. The painting is sort of coming in.
It's called a
and
screensaver
you
dress.
want more
okay?
of
Yeah,
it.
I didn't
Eventually,
even-
it's going to fill up the whole
I
dress.
swear to you, I received one of my text messages and I'm trying to open the picture and I had to get to a computer to see who it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't even
She's so
see
beautiful.
She's a
her
beautiful woman.
face.
She's so gorgeous and so awesome. And Ringer is amazing. And I can't wait for it to come back. And you guys should check it out on AfterBuzz TV. But we already talked about Glow's fashion. We've already talked about the game episode. So we're going to go to a commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about a little special segment. And then we'll talk about some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after-shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
They have a rapper now?
I never know they
I've
did.
never heard that. Okay. No, this must be like the whole song.
Song from the theme.
Interesting. I've never heard the actual rap, so that's fun.
Probably from season
Phil.
1.
Thanks, Phil, for sharing that. I'm glad you played that real quick, just because I want to make one more note to those out there in control of the game. Your music, it's distracting. It's not energetic. It doesn't flow with the scenes. It's a little bit distracting. I don't know who's scoring these episodes, but I don't even know how that really works. I assume they have.
Who is this though?
I mean, it's probably the whole song. Like whoever
The theme
wrote
song.
the
There's a theme song,
The-
and
it's a
this-
whole
Right,
song,
but
and we only hear like the intro.
Yeah.
I don't know who's doing it. I never knew it was a full rap song.
I'll
I
look
thought
it
maybe
up.
it was just random. We'll find out. But regardless, I think I need to work on the music a little bit. Anywho, we're back, and this is Game AfterBuzz TV, season 5, episode technically 3, but we calling it 2. And we're in our special segment today, and it's going to be very brief. But I wanted to just ask a straight up question that sort of came to me while we're watching the show. Is sex as a weapon really that bad?
Is it bad?
Is it bad? Is it good?
It depends on what side of
Is
the.
it wrong? Is it bad?
Well, it depends on what side of the field you're on.
Okay, obviously it
Wait.
sucks if you're the one that it's being used against. But what I'm saying is, it wrong to use it?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm gonna sit on the fence on that one.
What do
Here's
you
the
mean
thing,
you're gonna sit on the fence?
Especially after you're married, you have nothing else.
Well,
There is
You got
nothing
nothing
else you can use or say. There's
You
no
can't get out, you can't
right.
leave.
There's
Well,
no
okay,
there's
so-
no we're over, and you have someone, but no, there's none of that.
I guess I have to pull myself out of this conversation because my relationships aren't like yours.
I'm not married.
But I'm just saying you can use the punani to get your way. I'm
you
sure.
can use your punani.
I don't even know what a punani is.
I mean, you can use
Your
your
poon
punani.
poon, your vagina, your vajayjay.
Okay,
can use
but
yours?
would you you can't
You
ever? You can't be like, you're not getting it
Kenny's just a
tonight.
giver. Look at him.
I think.
I don't
You're
think men
just easy.
are wired like
Yeah.
no men are wired
So
like
it's
that.
you think it's a woman thing? Like
Yeah.
only women will be like, no.
What's that Beyonce song? Who run the world? You do anything for me?
AJ says squirrels. Every time we play that song, he's like running around the house, squirrel. Squirrel.
No, but you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Nothing happens unless you spread your legs.
Right,
I'm not
that's
saying you in
weird.
particular. I'm just saying in
I guess
general.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but then doesn't it make it kind of foul?
So you're
to do?
what for you to control it?
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't it make it kind of foul to do?
But this is the original.
Oh, she didn't add the squirrels on it.
I know, squirrel.
Squirrels. Squirrels.
I don't
Squirrels.
think. Okay, from a woman's perspective, you do what you gotta do, boo boo, to get what you want.
Do what you got to do.
But I'm just saying, when it comes to a relationship like that, I don't think that should be fair. Or a
don't think
marriage.
it's fair?
Yeah, I don't think it's fair.
Why isn't it fair?
I wish Curtis was here.
Curtis would be all over
Yeah,
this.
I
so
know.
I'm sure it'll somehow wiggle its way
Right
back
back
up
next
next week.
week, yeah.
But
He would be like, I'm the one.
I'm gonna try to
withholding.
channel him right now.
He would be like, I'm the one with holding.
what would a
I'm the
hetero
one.
black man think?
What would a
Kenny.
squirrels?
Oh my god.
I can just see Alvin and the Chipmunks doing this song.
Right? They should have had that in that movie. Oh
I
my
know,
God,
that would've been
Shipwrecked,
funny.
So bad.
I think we're giving free
I love
ideas
the other
away.
one, but it was
Courtney.
bad. Dang. We need to
Shit, we should
cover
have.
our
There goes
stuff.
the
I know.
Anyway.
Don't play this anywhere.
Well, I mean, I guess we can revisit this at some point, but I just thought it was interesting because there's so much. I feel like I get a lot of energy like, oh, women, you should not be allowed to do that and blah, blah, blah. It's awful, awful, awful to do. But when I was watching it, I'm kind of like, sometimes I kind of do feel like what you said. That's sort of the only
That's your
thing
only-
that's your bargaining chip. Yeah. And I feel, and it's sad because people are like, there's so many like women that would be so offended by me saying that, like, oh, you have all of this in your mind, you can die. But the reality is that hetero men, I won't speak for gay men, at least the hetero man in my relationship, like that's the gear.
Right,
that's the gear more than anything else.
If I
like
say
food,
I'm not cleaning, he's
life,
cleaning.
yeah,
If I'm not cooking, he's buying his food.
Exactly. Mine says I can eat by myself. I can get my own food. I can do that. So nothing else works, or nothing else works as well.
And this is why we have the term "pussy whipped," because
What does that mean?
it means that men can provide. If you don't want to cook, they'll cook themselves. If you don't want to clean the house, they'll clean the house themselves. But when it comes to the bedroom, and this is why we have so many.
It's not like
When
that
it comes
for
to the
gays.
bedroom, they find another girl.
This is exactly what I was gonna
here's
say.
the thing. But
Exactly.
when
Thanks for
they
that
have-
hetero opinion there,
Yeah,
Phil.
No, that's
No,
exactly
no.
where I was gonna go. I mean, this is true.
Kenny, but then when they have what they want or they have what they like, they don't want to go for that other thing.
No, but okay,
I'm
so
the
in this
best thing you ever
situation,
had,
no,
boo.
And that's
but
when they're all
this
over
in this
you.
situation when we're talking about Melanie and Derwin, we have Melanie who has nothing going for her. I mean, she has
Which so sucks.
nothing, and she obviously wants to
Might
be
have been
in,
a doctor.
I forgot about
best line of the
that.
night.
MD.
MD,
Might have been a doctor. And that's the thing is like she wants to. Trust me, if I could be a kept housewife, I would do it. I will.
I think we
put
all say
myself-
that until we're there.
Yeah, no.
That's true.
Because if you
But-
have a mind that works and that wants to be active, eventually being that settled,
Which
and
is her
stagnant-
problem.
But you know what?
stagnant will make
I
you
would
like.
be okay.
Which is her
I need to do
problem.
something. I
Give
need
me
to
a-
do
her
something.
problem.
Give me a credit card. I'll go shopping all day long.
No,
I will.
think-
that can only last for a few days, though.
Please.
I think that
I can
only
I can make it
works-
last at least a year.
I think that only works for very simple people, and if you have
that's
a
the thing, is
certain
Melanie,
level
she-
of intellect,
But that's her problem.
She could have been a
She
doctor.
thought she...
Yeah.
and you know she chose this life, and now she's basically suffering the consequences. And now you know her bargaining tool is her punani.
But then I wonder
So-
if she chose the life, or did she just choose her marriage?
She chose the life.
Because we kind of started talking about this last year, that
Right.
her being a doctor and doing a residency for all these years, and him
His
being an after the scheduling, and that's about relationship more than it is about I just want to be a housewife. It's more about I'm trying to protect and save my marriage. But that's getting real deep, and we'll get back to that at some point. Right now, we're gonna close this up.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So we're kind of light this week on news and gossip, but I found out, of course, every week we're going to talk about the ratings as we did last year because I think it's fascinating and I think it's something we should watch. And when the game returned for its second BET season last week, it performed impressively, but it failed to match last year's premiere record. The show still drew in 5.3 million viewers.
still a lot.
Yes, it's a lot. The viewership was still a boost from the season finale of last year, which means it still brought on some new people to watch, which, so it was at 5.3. The finale last year ended at 4.4. And of course, the season premiere last year was 7.7 million, which was like some amazing broadcast cable record.
That's a
in
record,
history.
yeah.
So they're still doing exceptionally well, and I will be fascinated to see what happens this week and if they keep it up and how much it drops off, because last year it dropped off and kind of steadied out at around 4 million viewers. All right, and lastly, we have after 6 years of celibacy and non-having relationship,
Kind of scary.
Chardonnay, aka Brandy Norwood, has confirmed that she is in fact in a serious relationship and quite happy getting her groove back.
With?
Don't know, can't figure it out.
So
I
it's not the
looked, I
game.
searched. It's nobody. Like it's not a public figure.
I was gonna say I vote for Rob Kardashian.
That's an interesting thought. You know, he likes a little swirl with the brown girls. That could have been a good match.
Where'd you get that
But I don't
from,
know. He's kind of a kid. He's
Okay.
kind of
He
kiddie
has a
for her,
kid.
and
She has a child.
But she has a child. He's a little too much of a
She's
child.
using
for
that
her.
reverse psychology, you know.
I don't know.
Kim used her brother.
Brandy,
She's
we
using
want to
hers.
know who you're dating. I saw pictures, but I don't think he's anybody. She was celibate for 6 years.
I'm gonna send her a bottle of lube.
And she had a child.
'Cause
Well,
that thing
and it
is
was
dried up.
yeah. She get it, girl.
Can I make it? Can I make
She's
a
doing all kinds of great things. Like she's
No,
got
no.
a movie,
I
she's
love
got
it.
a TV show, she's got a new album, and she's having sex. Get it, Brandy. This is the year of Brandy Norwood.
I just want to make a comment about the ratings. I think that's very typical of a show, though. You start off your season premieres pretty much always your biggest one.
Yeah.
Depending on how well the show goes.
Right.
If it falls off, I mean, the finale is gonna suck.
Yeah.
I mean, the ratings are gonna suck. But you're building up that momentum again, and I've seen previews for the show on everywhere on the radio. So it's a good thing that they're
building their audience and they're keeping it.
Yeah.
Because
and it'll be interesting to see the way this episode went. If it continues, the ratings
and gets even better.
Yeah. The ratings might stay.
Fingers are so crossed, and we are so excited.
And I'm happy for Brandy too. Get your groove on, girl.
Get your groove, girl. Get your groove. So now we have our exciting brown people in entertainment news. Do we still have
Brown
that bumper?
people news.
Woo, woo. Okay.
Obviously, we cheat because she didn't
Brown
print out
people
anything.
news.
Brown people on a budget because we don't have anything in front
No,
of us.
it's not a budget. Let me explain. Because I totally have lots of printer paper,
But no ink.
what? No, you forget who I live with. Oh my God. Of course, I have ink and I have photo printers and lots of things. But when I printed off last week, I found my folder from last season, and it's like this thick, full of all this stuff. And I'm like, why am I printing all this stuff? Like, this is crazy. We're wasting paper. So I decided that no, y'all don't need this. I'll email it to you in advance so you can see it. But I just finished it before I was leaving. Anyway, brown people news. So
No email either.
this week, Rob Schneider's new CBS comedy called Rob drew in huge numbers with its premiere on January 12th, scoring the best numbers for a regularly scheduled program in its time slot since May 2010. Rob follows real-life experience of Schneider marrying into a large Mexican family. Schneider stars alongside veteran actor Cheech Marin and relative newcomer Spanish actress Claudia Bassols. I think it's her last name.
Well, we would have the name in front of us. We probably could have helped.
Claudia Bassols. It's Bassols. Yes.
Where's this show?
It's on CBS.
Okay, what nights?
It's on Tuesday nights. I think it's on tonight.
Same at the game?
Yes.
At the
That's
game?
when we're sitting here.
No, I think and I think it comes on at like 9 p.m.
Okay. Have you heard of the show? Your peeps are on there.
I hadn't heard really anything about it
She's
until I came
probably
across.
not Mexican.
She's actually,
probably-
the main actress is Spanish. She's from
She's
Spain.
See?
She's from Spain, but Cheech Marin's on it, and there's a bunch of other characters. Cheech Marin, I personally love him from like way back, so
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
cool. When I saw this, I was like, Cheech Marin is on a show?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
So
I
this is
looked into
obviously
it.
a mid-season replacement for something.
A start, yeah, to
Okay.
see what it does. But the numbers that it did were really, really pretty
Impressive.
good. So, and there's lots of banter about him being offensive and him saying his wife is, I think his wife is executive producer, or maybe she's just like giving input or something. But because it's important to him not to come across like offensive or racist and all of these things, and she's sort of like the input of the episode. I'm pretty sure she's EPing, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I thought it was fascinating and thought it was interesting, and I was laughing because we were like, are there any Hispanics on TV like about just Hispanic families and stuff? Because you always bring up George Lopez.
Right, that's what I was
Last
going to say.
year,
After
George
George
Lopez is gone.
was
You don't have
Lopez.
nothing.
Who's coming up?
Ugly
So-
Betty was on. for
And
a
I
while.
think that was an interesting.
That's not on anymore.
And it's an interesting twist. Like, it's cool to see like somebody marrying into the family. Like, I think it could be an interesting and funny. And Rob Schneider's crazy. Like, it could be good. It could be good.
Watching.
We'll be watching that too.
We'll be watching. Good work. And lastly, all I want to say is congratulations to Octavia Spencer,
Yay! The Help.
Idris Elba,
Yes, I love him too.
Luther,
Yeah.
and Morgan Freeman for being honored for their work in Hollywood
Yes.
at this weekend's Golden Globe
Yes.
ceremony. Y'all keeping the dream alive.
Yes, I think Octavia
brown
Spencer is
people.
definitely on her way to winning an Oscar.
It'll be so exciting,
Yeah.
and I wish I could dress her. But we're not talking about that. Anyway,
By the way, Regina King's new show begins.
Southland's
Southland.
back.
Yes.
Regina, I've been trying to get on your show for months.
All she needs
I
is a cape
want
over there.
to be on Southland so bad. You have no idea. I love that show.
Settle down.
I love Southland. But that's your celebrity news and gossip, and now we're gonna give predictions.
Jason will be back with
We should
Brandy.
do predictions for this show.
Yeah, I mean, well, because
Whatever. Go ahead.
Jason's going to be back with Brandy and they're going to banter and nothing's going to happen.
Woo woo. Isabel.
Chi-chi? Nothing.
Chi-Chi's. We need those like little chirpy birds.
No, or crickets.
Crickets? Can I have crickets? My peeps have crickets.
She needs crickets. She
needs
never
crickets.
has predictions.
I am
Every time we're like predictions.
But you know what? You can't really predict. Those are some loud ass crickets.
That's some violent crickets.
I know.
That's like the
Angry.
locusts. They're coming to Jesus like back. I'm scared. What is that? Anyway, I don't have any prediction either.
You can't predict this show.
What is that? There's no predicting.
That
It's a
was my stomach
sitcom.
growling.
I think it's going to be continued hot messery, and I pray God that the comedy keeps bringing it forth.
Yeah.
And biggest prediction and prayer is that Wendy, Raquel Robinson, Barry Floyd, and Hosea Chanchez make it to the AfterBuzz studio. That's who we possibly got on the roster. We're fingers crossed, praying, working with our people that we get them in studio in the next few weeks.
Yes.
And on that note,
Peace.
happy Tuesday,
Adios.
y'all. It's been fun.
Catch us next week.
And by the way, if
Same
you're
time.
listening, yes, same time. Check out the new website. It has
Oh,
the time of the show.
Beautiful.
Yes, indeed. And so for those of you listening, we will stream exclusively live on the website. We've gotten a lot of complaints. There's too many dashes, slashes, and hashes.
Yes.
I don't even know if that made sense. But yes, indeed, AfterBuzzTV.com, the one-stop shop to subscribe, watch, whatever you want to do. And
Follow us on Twitter.
That's right.
At AfterBuzz TV, and me at Stuart Starlet. And they don't have Twitters, I don't think.
I don't tweet out of
They
my
don't
I
tweet.
forgot
twat.
what my username is.
But find me on Twitter. I love you. Thank you for joining us.
And
Bye,
by the
guys.
way, Courtney did an amazing show yesterday for the Golden Globes
Check
fashion.
us out. We posted. Check us out. We love it.
That's right. So I imagine most of you are fans of fashion, so check that out. It is on the homepage of the website, AfterBuzzTV.com, once again.
And join me again on Thursday. I'm going to be able to call in for Project Runway, so we'll be talking more fashion.
That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Fun times.
Y'all got a lot
We're
going
like,
on.
lots of advertising.
We ain't got shit over here.
Well,
Drew RuPaul's Drag Race coming January 31st.
Mom, and
Yes.
we'll have Teen Mom tomorrow.
Okay, there you go.
Team
Team
Mom
Mom, RuPaul. We're
Just keep your computer on
On-
AfterBuzz TV.
and watch us whenever we're on.
And tell a friend, because otherwise
Tell
you're
like
an a-hole.
6 friends.
Yeah, there you go. 6.
And your mama.
Yup.
Bye, guys.
Later.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.